Alright, it's Aquaman Hype time. We got some new photos, some character shots of everybody in Aquaman, and God, they're fucking gorgeous. Just wanted to talk about them real quick because they just look fucking beautiful. Almost like they're pulled straight from a comic book, really. And yeah, I love them a lot. I love Ocean Master the most. I think. I mean, Black Manta looks fucking amazing. You know, Mira looks amazing. Arthur looks amazing. But yeah, Ocean Master has got me so hyped for this movie. I've been trying to avoid seeing Ocean Master as much as possible, but you know, he's going to be probably the best villain in the DC universe besides General Zod and Lex Luthor. I mean, I don't know about everybody else, but I feel like these DC movies have had some pretty good villains so far. I mean, you had Ares in Wonder Woman, who was the secret villain, right? But still, that moment where he, brings his hands through his mask and you get the actual Ares mask, it looks so spot on, and I'm sure he was going to have more to do with Justice League and everything. But yeah, he was great for his little role that he was in, right? Lex Luthor was diabolical, super evil, mad scientist Lex Luthor, something we've all wanted to see for the longest time. So sick of the real estate mogul Lex Luthor that's like, from the fucking 50s and is not relevant anymore. So glad we have an updated Lex Luthor, right? And then you have General Zod, who is probably, he's tied for best villain in the universe besides Lex Luthor. And I'm sure most people would go on to say that, General Zod is the best villain because, his motivations are very clear. You can sympathize with him. He's not evil per se. He's just doing what he thinks is right. And that's always like the best kind of villain, right? When they don't know that they're the villain. They believe they are the heroes of their own story. And that's what makes a great villain. But now we have Aquaman drop in December. And people are going to witness, come December, the true awesomeness of Aquaman. This is something I myself have been waiting for years. Because for the longest time, Aquaman has been a joke. Everybody's been making fun of him for years, for decades, right? Ever since the Super Friends cartoon, they've been making fun of him and not knowing anything about him, right? And this movie's going to show that, holy shit, Aquaman's actually one of the better superheroes that's out there. Aquaman alone is better than every Avengers, like... Every Marvel character, Aquaman is better than them. And people are going to witness that come December. And it's just getting me crazy hyped. And after seeing these character posters and seeing, Black Manta and Ocean Master, we're going to get even more great villains in the DC universe. And Ocean Master might just top the list of being the greatest villain in this DC universe. Because much like General Zod, Ocean Master believes he's 100% in the right because he is a true Atlantean born, right? His mother and father were both Atlanteans. It's Arthur who's not the true born, right? So there's an actual reason why Ocean Master would be pissed off that Arthur Curry can just come down here and having never been an Atlantean and then just get the throne, right? So, that motivation right there is going to be very fun to watch. Black Manta, of course, we're going to see his origin. At least that's what James Wan has promised us already, that we are going to see a mini origin of Black Manta. And, the interesting thing about Black Manta is that his father dies right in front of him. Or at least in the version that I like, The version of Black Manta that I like is the version that has his father die in front of him on a fishing boat, and it's all Aquaman's fault, right? It's all Arthur's fault. But, I would be shocked as hell if they did that because Black Manta and Arthur Curry look about the same age in this movie, so I'd be shocked as hell if they did that. They're going to give him some other good motivation to hate Aquaman or, just hate Atlanteans for some reason. We're going to see that. And after seeing the trailers and all the amazing special effects and how good the movie looks, I'm excited to see this in theaters. This is a movie that's built for the big screen. And other than those character posters that are getting me hyped, another thing that's getting me hyped are the new test screening reactions. Some people are saying it's meh. Some people are saying it's revolutionary. One of the best superhero films ever, right? You know, you got two polar opposite reactions, if this is to be believed, right? Which, you know, it very well might be the case, you know. People might be walking out of this movie, half of the people are not liking it, and half of the people are loving it, and that's exactly what we want in a DC film. It's exactly what we want. It is never good to have universal praise of a movie, right? Yeah, it might be good for, you know, corporations to get their money, right? If a movie's universally praised by, you know, from day one. But what tends to happen with movies that, you know, get that universal praise is that they die off pretty quickly. You know, not many people keep talking about the movie. And, you know, for example, 2001: A Space Odyssey was not recognized as a fucking classic that it is when it first came out, you know? A lot of people didn't like 2001 when it first came out. It took like a decade or more, you know, for people to catch on to how good 2001: A Space Odyssey is, right? And we already see it happening with BVS and Man of Steel. You know, it hasn't even been a decade. It's been more like 2-3 years, and we're already seeing people saying that Man of Steel is probably one of the greatest superhero films of all time, and more people are coming around on BVS, especially the Ultimate Edition, right? And if Aquaman could just stay in that same vein, right? Give us an awesome action-adventure movie with great villains and great characters. Don't worry about a sequel. Don't put little Easter eggs for a fucking sequel. Just make the goddamn movie. Make it a full, complete film. And make it a satisfying story. That's all this movie needs to be. Fuck setting up future films. Fuck that noise. We don't need that. In Batman Begins, they had one Joker teaser at the very end of the movie. You know, a fucking playing card. That was the whole teaser for The Dark Knight. You know, that's the only real Easter egg they had for the sequel, right? They need to do something like that for Aquaman. There needs to be like a little tease right at the end that gets you excited for the sequel, but they should not be building a sequel with this movie. You know, this movie needs to be a full, complete film. And coming off of Justice League, you know, the tracking numbers for the box office are not looking too hot. I think it was like around, you know, 90 million. It was between 60 and 90 million, that range, where Aquaman is expected to do its opening weekend. And that is perfectly understandable because Justice League was tracking at 120 million, and when it opened, it only made 90. And, you know, the film, as we all know, was not that good, right? And many people did not go back to see it. So it's definitely going to be an uphill climb for Aquaman. It's, you know, its theatrical run in theaters and stuff. I think it would be awesome if it broke that 100 million mark. I think that would be, you know, stunning if it did that. I think everybody would be blown away if it just crossed 100 million its opening weekend. I mean, that would be a huge win. They would put the Aquaman sequel into production the next day, you know. Huge win if it does 100 million its opening weekend, right? Especially coming off of Justice League, which was a huge disappointment for Warner Brothers. But from the looks of test screening reactions, people are saying that this is a groundbreaking superhero film, you know? And that's usually not a term you hear with a superhero film, right? I think the last time I heard that was like when Logan was coming out, right? So, you know, there's definitely some buzz happening with Aquaman. I'm getting more and more hyped for it. I think it's going to overperform. You know, I don't think it's going to underperform. I think it's actually going to make more money than they think it's going to make. And you know, I'll stand behind that prediction, you know, until that opening weekend, right, when we actually see it. But, you know, I'm expecting people to be blown away. Aquaman is a great character. He has some great villains. And they put his two biggest villains in the same fucking movie, man. This is going to be insane. Like, nobody's ready for this. Nobody is ready for how awesome this movie is going to be. I'm not quite sure what the runtime of the movie is. I'm hoping it's over 2 hours and 20 minutes. You know, I'm hoping it's like at that 2 hour and 30 minute mark, you know. I want it to be a nice, meaty movie. You know, I want to be able to watch it and get lost in it, you know. I don't think it has that 2 hour mandate. If it does have that 2 hour mandate, then, you know, I understand why people would want to boycott, right? Because this is just ridiculous at this point. If Warner Brothers just wants to keep cutting these movies off at the knees, right? You know, if they really want to do that, then, you know, they really don't deserve anybody to go watch these movies, right? about a week before the movie comes out, we'll know exactly what the runtime is and everything. And we'll probably get some reviews and stuff. I'm sure we're going to get some early reviews for this film, especially with all the good buzz that's going around after some test screenings and stuff. And yeah, some people are saying that, it's good but not great. Some people are saying it's meh. But that's a good thing. If everybody likes the movie, there's something wrong. There's something wrong, right? You need polar opposite reactions for a movie to live forever, right? Having a movie just being, good and everybody thinks it's good and it's just like, oh, then what's the big fucking deal, There's a lot of good movies that come out every year. What's the big deal? I want this movie to be fucking amazing. I want it to be the best DC film since Man of Steel. When I go watch my DC films, I want to watch Man of Steel, I want to watch BVS, I want to watch Wonder Woman, and then I want to watch Aquaman, And I really believe there's no chance in hell that Aquaman's going to be a bad movie. There's no chance in hell. You have Patrick Wilson playing Ocean Master. What more do you need? This is going to be amazing. Does nobody know how good of an actor he is? He's probably one of the greatest actors of the century. And nobody gives him credit. He's so fucking good. Watch that movie Hard Candy. That movie's fucking good. He's really good in it. He is an amazing actor. He's going to kill it as Ocean Master. And it's the one thing I'm the most excited about. And it's just getting me hyped like crazy. Is Aquaman getting you guys hyped? Let me know down below. Obviously, we don't know anything about the movie till it comes out, Maybe I'll make a predictions video predicting what the movie will be. Beat for beat and stuff. Because I did that with Justice League, I think. And I was, right on half of it. And then, the other half I wasn't right because they cut out that shit, I would have been right if they left it in the film. But they cut all that shit out. And I'm probably going to do that same thing with Aquaman. But yeah, that's it for now. Sorry I haven't been uploading that many videos lately. I've been a little bit busy with my life. I always try to get something up every week. I'm not going to be able to cover everything because, what time I have is being taken up by Red Dead right now. And I am loving Red Dead. But yeah, other than that, yeah, I think that's it for now. Comment below. Let me know what you think about Aquaman test screen results, the box office numbers. What do you think it's going to make in its opening weekend? I think it's probably going to make close to 100 million. I think if it made 90 million... that would be amazing. If it broke 100 million, that would be phenomenal. So, yeah, that's it for now. See you all on the next one.